This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
What's up, everybody? It's another episode of the NFC East Show, and I am the Philly sports guy. We've got almost like he's like a new guest here. We ain't seen him in like 2 months. Sneaky G-Man in the middle, and I know that we never see him without his hat on. Pork rind. He does have a little bit of hair left. So.
I do.
Just a little bit. Just enough.
I'll be sure True Blue will be here in just a few moments. What's going on, guys? Obviously,
Phil, if you don't mind, would you mind spinning it out so it shows the whole background? Because I mean, I like you, but you're a little up close and personal. There we go. Thank you for granting my request.
There you go. I figure you need to get a win a little bit because there was nothing about yesterday.
Yeah, let me have
that was a win for you.
Can we get?
So one of the good things that happened that besides the Eagles was that Washington moved up in the standings yesterday.
2 spots.
Moved
up, went from 8th to 6th, and didn't even play a game. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? See what happens.
Yeah,
obviously, that had plenty to do with the Giants. I mean, I don't know. Let's hear exactly what I have to hear more from you. I'd rather you have the floor here before I start just touting the best team in the NFL. I want to hear what you have to say.
Who me?
Yes, please.
Me? Okay. Well. First off, thank you for giving me the floor. I would say it's an honor. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's get to brass tacks here. I want to take a step back first, though. Pork rind. How did you feel about the tie?
I hate it.
Okay, yeah, right.
I hate it.
I didn't know how to take it as. Did we win? Did we lose? Like it was like I French kissed my sister, and I don't even have a sister, so I don't even know what that's like. I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not.
I've got a sister.
A good feeling.
I've got a sister, and I don't know what that feels like either. I mean, they have to do something to fix this, and we got to get away from the ties. I don't like them. There should be a winner and a loser. Bottom line.
Well, I know that they do something about the ties if it were playoffs, right? But
it becomes after the 2 field goals or the touchdown
right.
now and the second drive after that. I mean, literally, I think they should. If that's the case, if you're trying to do something like that, I would suggest going to the 2-point conversion rule, where you just go for 2-point conversions back and forth.
Make it similar, like what do you call it?
College does that.
No, more like the USFL. I think the USFL. That's how they.
College does it too.
Yeah, but they do 25 yards, and then once you score a touchdown, you have to go for the 2-point conversion. You can't kick the extra point. So, I mean, I kind of think it more like that. But to be honest, I like it more. I think that if they go through the 10, then you'll have, after the 10 minutes, it goes to a 2-point conversion that, the offense gets one, each offense gets one until somebody scores without, and the other one's held. Just my opinion.
Well, no, I mean, it makes sense.
Anything's better than what it is now.
Yeah. Because, I mean,
that's because you guys are the ones that couldn't put it together. Both of your teams stunk so bad that they tied.
And I know it's an hour show, so I'll make it quick. I will be upfront and honest. I think the Giants, we were a little too conservative in overtime. I know it was like 4th and 3 or 4th and 4, and we punted it to you guys.
Yeah.
And then we ended up getting it back. And I understand the logistics of not going for it on 4th down, but it's like it's 2 teams from the Tennessee Titans game when we went for 2 for that 2-point conversion. And then here we are now today. There's like a different type of trust, if you will, or lack there is. So now about Philly, I'll be honest. I thought it was going to be close. I thought maybe, we'd kick a field goal to win it. But apparently, we were 3 and out within the first 5 minutes. We had a 30-second drive. And then when you guys legitimately trickled the ball down the field, the writing was on the wall. So I knew it was going to be a long night. But what I will say is this. We all knew it was going to be, I don't think it was going to be that bad, but it was going to be a tough one for us to overcome. That's one. However, I was more frustrated with the play of Julian Love of that. I think it was that second touchdown. It was 4th down. All he had to do was bat the ball down. I mean, just bat the freaking ball down. And look, the Eagles, they do have a very talented wide receiving core. Okay. You got a top wide receiver in Brown, number 11, and you got the Heisman Trophy winner, Dante Smith. And you got a couple others, whatever. So to not bat the ball down, and it is what it is. So we're on to Commanders.
So, yep. So, and obviously this is the back-to-back kind of for them on you guys. But what stood out to me the most out of everything, I want to get the actual numbers on this just so. The 3rd down efficiency was only 6 for 11. However, I think 4 of those 3rd downs were on that first drive.
Yeah.
It's like you guys could not get off the field. And literally it was like, up, 3rd down. Oh, we made it. Up, 3rd down. Oh, we made it. Up, 3rd down. Oh, we made it. And it was like,
So, and that's like a prelude.
Drive?
So the prelude to that is what myself and Nick, my son, what we've noticed is that we get so excited that it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. And then not only you, but the Commanders, the Detroit Lions, the Dallas Cowboys, they come in and they get the first down when it's 3rd and short, 3rd and long. We just can't get people off the field. I don't know if it's more injuries, and people, you could post excuses all you want to, but when you're trying to find the nucleus of the issue, I know Williams didn't play yesterday. I know Cat was out, and it was just it was painful, man.
It was a spanking. It really was a spanking.
Oh, I mean, yes, it was.
And I know that it's hard to take. Like I said, I even was I felt like I was even respectful yesterday. I was like, I'm not going to go after Sneaky because he's not on the field. There's nothing that he can do about any of this that's going on. It's frustrating, especially when you see your team getting into 3rd down and longs and then giving them up. And trust me, I know exactly how that is because I felt like that was last year in total, where we were just giving up like 3rd and forevers and we couldn't get off the field sometimes. So I know how that can be. And as far as the Giants in total, your team is on the upswing in general. You know what I mean? It's comparison to the last few years. You guys are trending in the right direction.
Oh, yeah.
That being said, you guys is best team in the NFL yesterday.
Well, to kind of echo that a little bit, look, and of course, I'm getting all the TikToks, all the Instagrams, and all that stuff about yesterday.
I hate that kid. Whoever that little kid was, what happened?
And look. Well, let me address one thing. I'm excited that we're playing meaningful football right now. This time last year and year before last and year before that, we were just turning the game on just to watch the Giants play.
Right.
We had nothing to play for. Now we have something to play for. So I'm ecstatic. I'm happy about that. Now, about the child, and I'm not talking about the guy that I'm not going to say his name because he's a troll and he ain't coming on my show. But I want to talk about I guess he has special needs, right? Yep. I'm okay with people and their hustle on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, because that's your niche, right? You're a Philly sports guy. I'm Sneaky G. You're a Pork Rind. We have our own niche, right? And I'll even say I go with, and you have an outro. I got an outro. Pork Rind, you just stare in the camera like you do now every time. And that's your outro, No. But the point I'm trying to make is, I don't know if what he's doing is his niche, because that's how he gets the popularity, whatever. But my question is, does he watch football?
No.
Like, does he? I don't. And that's if he doesn't watch football or know football, and he's just saying that every time just to get the views and the follows and the likes, and for at some point we're all chasing some kind of clout. Or we wouldn't even be on social media, okay? But that's my question, because if he says what happened, Philly is 11-1,
12-1 now, by the way.
12 now, but at the time, that's what happened. Now, if it was reversed, then yeah, I could see why that would. And
you know what I love out of all the things that I hear. Oh, but the Commanders beat you. Really? That's what you got. That's all they got.
That's all they got.
Or they say, well, you ain't played nobody. Hold on. Let me revise this. The Eagles have beaten 5 teams with winning records. 5 teams. Kansas City's only beaten 2. Buffalo's only beaten. So they could say whatever they want, and they'll get under my skin because their team is not the Eagles.
And
the Eagles are right now the best team in the NFL. And I don't
know what I'm hearing right now, though? Let me tell you what I'm hearing right now. This is what, we are the NFC beast right now. Okay. And you do have the NFC soft, which the Buccaneers may win their division with a losing record.
Yep.
OJ no sports. Just want to throw that out there.
Just like we did back in 2020.
They, they're saying, people are saying now we have a soft schedule. You know what? We don't make up the schedule. It's not our fault. Well, see, the problem with young people, they know football from Madden. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So and I got Loops on my thing. He says the Cowboys and Eagles are beasts right now. No, the NFC East is. We got
so the NFC East. So literally, the NFC East has won most of their games. Yeah, we haven't won all of them, but we won most of our games against the AFC South and the NFC North. So, I mean, there's been a couple of losses in the midst of that, but we have won most of our games. That's the reason why we are where we are.
Right.
And the other teams are not. That's why these other divisions are soft.
I mean, if anything has changed, I haven't looked at the standings lately, but I think we're the only division that every team has a winning record.
We are.
So
NFC or the AFC East only has 2 teams now. So whereas they had 3, the Jets are looking in now.
Yeah, the Jets are out.
Yeah, Jets are out,
500.
but they're
well, the Jets are still 7-6, right?
Yes, they're 7-6, but they're
out of the playoff hunt.
Yeah,
but they have winning records, and then it's the Patriots were 66.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, and they're playing tonight though, so that in Arizona.
They could
hold on. Luke said
that whole division could have winning records again, but it's going to matter.
Carson, I apologize. Yes, the Panthers will take the South.
We'll see about that. Because as of right now, every time the Panthers are supposed to do something worthwhile and show that they can take it, they poop the bed. So that's the Panthers are bed poopers.
So how healed up have you guys gotten on this bye, Pork Rind?
I mean, it looks like Chase Young might be back, so we'll see. I know they activated Carson Wentz off IR, but he's going to be backing up Heineke.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. Now
we did lose our center for the season. Our backup center. So now we're on to our third center. So that could hurt. I mean, this is the second year in a row now. So
in Dallas, they lost one of their tackles for the year.
Tackles, yeah, but they're also getting
T.Y. Hilton.
They're getting him back. Well, T.Y. Hilton, but they're also getting their Tyron Smith back too.
Yes,
hamstring.
So and I think we should talk about Jerry Jones in that picture. I think we should be a little controversial. We'll talk about that later. But I knew it was smoke and mirrors when it was OBJ. Because right off the bat, OBJ was not going to be ready this year. Yeah. And if he was, it was going to be towards the end of the season. It was going to be very minimal. He wasn't going to be 100% this year. Jerry wanted him this year.
Yeah.
So I was I'll even say I was adamant. I was like, I did say if he did go to the Cowboys, he'd be dead to me. But I think the whole courting, if you will, was just smoke and mirrors. Because in laying in the cut was T.Y. Hilton. And nobody was talking about T.Y. Hilton.
Yep.
So, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, if they don't sign, because they need another receiver, if they don't sign Beckham, who are they going for? And I didn't even think to look at the free agency market. But when I saw the signing of T.Y. Hilton, I was like, okay, well done, Jerry.
How about that interesting trend now, though? Players that are going to just sit out, veterans that are just going to sit out most of the season and sign on with a winning team. Now that has become a very unique trend that has started last year. Mm-hmm. So that's a unique trend.
Well,
I mean, it worked out for us. I mean, in Ndamukong Suh.
Well, Sue is one of them. Not only that, I mean, but we could even go back and say when you guys picked up T.O., although it was, during the free agency market in the beginning of the season, not mid-season. But I think it's not only running backs, but wide receivers. I was going to say running backs, but no, all I can think of is mainly wide receivers that are being kind of dealt, mid-season. I mean, they're fresh, they're ready to play, ready to go. And now, I mean, does that worry any of you in the playoff race?
Nope.
Well, getting
Not
T.Y.
even a little
Hilton?
Yeah, by them getting Ty.
No.
I don't.
I hit the last couple of years. His production.
I think of where
wasn't there.
T.Y. Hilton was over the last 3 years, and he's going to make them a little bit marginally better, but marginally. He wasn't the end all be all.
Nope.
It's like, all right, they picked up they needed another wide receiver. They picked the best one of the bad bunch because there ain't no other good wide receivers that are out there.
Right.
So it's
who are the top? Who do we think is going to be in the NFC Championship game? I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, who's going to be the final four?
You mean other than the Eagles, I guess?
Well, yeah. You guys already got that first round bye, so you guys are already there.
We don't have it yet. We don't have it yet. We still got to win.
Oh,
two
I'm
more
sorry.
games
You're right. You just got to clinch the playoff spot. Yeah,
we were the first team in the NFL to clinch the playoff. Yes.
Right. And who do you have to beat to get the division?
So if we were to win one more and Dallas was to lose another game, it's an automatic then.
Right. Okay. And by the way,
that's to win the division.
Game. Right. I called the division game. I knew that Detroit was going to beat Minnesota. Kirk Cousins don't seem to do good under pressure. Am I wrong, Pork Rind?
No, you're absolutely right. No, okay. You're absolutely right.
Exactly. That's Kirk Cousins' MO.
Yep. Okay. So I don't, and I don't care who puts this out there. I do not want to see the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. And they're going to have to go through 2 rounds. And not only that, they're going to have to go through 2 stadiums. They're not going to get a home game. I mean, if Philly, you guys stay on track, they're not going to get a home game. So do you guys truly think, and I wish True was here. Do we, Loop said, history repeats itself again. Yeah. Yeah. Do we see the Dallas Cowboys making it to the NFC Championship game?
No. I don't see them getting past the divisional round playoffs. They might make it past the wild card, but I don't see them winning the second round.
So let's think about that. They would wind up playing whoever plays in the South at the moment.
Right, which could be Tampa.
And that's saying that Minnesota wins the division. If Minnesota for some reason does not win a division, then everything's going to be more up for grabs. But that being said, it looks to me at the moment that Dallas would wind up playing either Carolina, Atlanta, or Tampa. Yeah. And if it's Tampa, I mean, there again, you have to play that same thing like, well, Dak hasn't beaten Tom. So, and for some reason or another, teams with losing records in the playoffs win.
Yeah, I mean, we came close. We came close to beating Tampa in 2020,
and Seattle pulled off that win.
So once that happens, that means whoever's going to be, I think it's going to be, especially how they rallied around their quarterback, the 49ers are going to be there.
They're saying that the Mr. Irrelevant, because he beat Tom Brady, he's going to be the new Tom Brady. I'm like, the kid got to win a Super Bowl
game.
Listen, let the kid be the kid. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Let the kid be the kid. Exactly. Don't compare him to Tom Brady because he happened to win a game. Once he gets in the playoffs, I mean, rookie quarterbacks, Tom Brady wasn't a rookie when he went to the Super Bowl. He was a second-year guy. So let him.
He was even low on the depth charts as a rookie, and he barely beat out the second string.
So let's be for real about that. They're going to rally around him. They beat up a bad team in Tampa Bay at home. So I'm going to give the guy his props. He did win the game. However, that's that. You know what I mean? He's still got a lot more to prove. And when he goes up against the Eagles right now, who right now in the last 3 games have what? 1,600, 1,700 yards. We have it's been amazing. We've scored what was it? 33 points, 31 points, and then 44 points. I mean, it's like we are smacking them. We're smacking them.
I'm going to say, and I really don't. And I'll be honest, I don't want you guys to win another Super Bowl because then I got to hear your shit forever. But I will say this. Enjoy it. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not.
You know what? Truth of the matter is,
whatever.
I'm not. You know what? That's why I'm not being.
No. And no. What I'm saying, I'm not saying it as like, oh, you better enjoy it because when you guys are down. No. I'm not saying this. The run that you guys are on right now is like a run that comes in 1 in 4 years, or what? Y'all won it in 70, 1 every 5 years.
Absolutely, it means absolutely nothing if you don't win the last game.
That's true. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. It does not matter. So listen, you got to be. I've been saying it all along, and I'm going to continue to say it every day. The Eagles will not lose. Will win every game that they remain 100% focused for. If by chance they lose their focus, they will lose those games. That's what happened in Washington. With the Washington game. We lost some focus. They made some bad penalties. They got, they may have had a bad referee crew, but that referee crew was calling every little thing, and they got caught doing every little thing. So, I mean, it's all part of it. You got to remain focused. You lose your focus, you lose the game. This is the NFL.
And, and also, you can't make the game. You can't make yourself bigger than the game.
Right.
And I got to say this about Cam Newton. When he was playing with the Carolina Panthers against the Broncos in the 50th anniversary of the Super Bowl 50, he got his MVP. Okay.
Yep.
He was balling. I mean, they went 15-1 that season, and you guys are on track to be 16-1. Okay. Let's call it like it is. However, the whole I'll just be honest. There's just like something I don't agree with about Jalen Hurts. And it's not his play, and it's not because he's a Philly. There was something about him when he was at Oklahoma. I gave him kudos when he had to step back and let Tua win his second national championship. And then when he got drafted, his whole persona, it didn't set well with me. Okay. And I just hope that, Jalen Hurts, if you guys do get the opportunity to play the last game, I just hope he doesn't make himself bigger than the last game. And if you go back and you see Newton, how he was that whole Super Bowl week, the whole Super Bowl prep and everything, the way he had just his whole persona, that I'm like, I looked at my wife. I said, Mama Boss, I don't think they're going to win. Just look at him. He made himself, or he tried to make himself bigger than the game. And I just hope.
Me.
Yeah, exactly. And I just hope Jalen doesn't do that.
And isn't it apropos? Isn't it apropos that fumble he didn't go for was the definition? That was the definition play of the rest of his career.
And it went downhill from there.
Right after that, yep. Absolutely.
Right after that specific play. He didn't go after the fumble.
He just stood there and looked at it. Matter of fact, that game was on during the summertime, and that play came up. And, of course, when I saw it live, I don't really pay attention to it. But when you watch it again, you're like, yeah, he just stood there and looked at it. I mean, I get it. You don't want to get injured. You're in the Super Bowl. I get it. But you got to make some kind of play.
And listen, you know what? It becomes more a matter of you're going to lead your team. your team's going to get up a little bit more. The fact that you wouldn't go after that ball after you're the one that dropped it,
Yeah.
So
and they were talking about how badly Manning was playing that game. I was like, hey, he got a ring. He don't care. He don't care.
He got a ring because of that defense.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And Von Miller got that MVP.
Yep.
So where do we go from here? Pork rind. This is a huge, huge game. I truly believe that tie is going to hurt us more than help us.
I said that to somebody.
So the winner is going to be in a better position, and then the loser got to figure something out. It's just not going to be our remaining games. We got, after you guys, we got what? Minnesota, Indianapolis, and then we finish with Philly. So it's going to be going to be tough for us because our schedule is going to be tougher on the edge. I think they had us at like 34%. 34% possibility of us.
Whoops. Yeah, I think we were at 67% after our bye week. I mean, we've got, after you, we have San Fran at San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
Then we come home for Cleveland, and then we finish off at home against Dallas. So, yeah, it's going to be tough.
Oh, yeah, and those aren't easy games either. No. I mean, I look at it more as the hard part. So, obviously, Seattle is the problem for the Giants. Like I said, I still think that there's a pretty strong possibility that all four teams can make the playoffs.
Right.
And the only reason why that I say that is because I don't believe we'll go 16-1. I believe we'll probably go more 15-2. Although it makes me wonder if they would do that or not, because they would have the bye week, and do you want to have 2 bye weeks before you go into a playoff game? So I think that they may play against the Giants, but they may only play like a half, and go in, before they go into the playoffs. And that's saying that we do everything we need to do and take, the first seed. So
I gotta step out. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, that being said, I mean, obviously, that loss, that tie, hurt the Giants much more than it hurt you guys. That tie actually was like a win for you guys.
Yeah, it was, but I mean,
it's a backhanded win.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
But you guys got more out of it than the Giants did. And ultimately, it's, the Giants losing to Seattle is going to be their undoing.
Yeah.
Because the only other team that has the potential to get into the playoffs that is coming out of nowhere is Detroit.
Right. And and they're playing good ball right now, too. I mean, I think they won 5 out of the last 6, I think it was.
So I will definitely show that, Ed, when he comes back. Because you have to play to win the game, and that would be something specifically for Giant. Since Sneaky was all very big about that initially, but I mean, ultimately, I think that you guys will make it. I'm not sure if you guys will be the 6th seed or the 7th seed. I don't think it'll matter to you. Right.
As long as we get in, that's all that matters. From there.
And wouldn't that be appropriate if you guys were the 7th seed taking on the 2 seed, which would be Minnesota, and going up against Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, that would be something. And to be honest, I think we would. I think we'd knock them out.
I wouldn't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
So. And maybe this was the better way of putting this, since you guys were really on top of the Giants there. So maybe this is the better way of the setup here. Hey, real quick, while Sneaky's getting himself back together again, did I hear that you went to 3 games this week?
3 games in 7 days. Yep.
That had nothing to do with the Commanders.
Nope. Just wanted to visit some friends around the NFL. I went to Minnesota first, the Jets a week ago on Sunday, and then right after the game, hopped on a plane, went down to Tampa for a Monday night game against the Saints, and that was it was pretty boring 3 quarters. The fourth quarter got interesting, obviously. Sat in the end zone right where the two touchdowns was, where Tom Brady came back and won the game. So I was pretty close when he was coming off the field. Got some pretty good video footage of him. So, and then last week I went to Buffalo. Got to hang out.
Wow!
With Bills. Yeah, I got to hang out with Bills Mafia for a little bit. Had a blast.
Did you break any tables?
Nah, no table breaking, but it was a lot of fun. Bills Mafia, man, they know how to party, that's for sure.
They know how to party. I love a lot of them. They are some fantastic fans. Not the brightest bulbs.
No.
Yeah. We do have a question over here. It says, why was I not invited to represent the Cowboys? Well, we didn't know. We expected True to be here until the last second, so something popped up because they're putting the blame on me. Let's see. Wouldn't the Giants fan be upset
if we didn't play all our starters for the entire game at the last game of the season?
No,
I wouldn't
be
upset
in 2020, weren't you?
That was different. That was different.
And
we won't get into that.
What happened was
we won't. If you want to run the risk of, them, playing your starters, somebody get hurt. That's because Blankenship is out. Did any ACL or ankle? Or what happened to him?
To be honest, I didn't hear anything about it. So
okay.
I'm sure. Like I said, although I was busy doing a lot of other things today and catching up, like I had a pretty rough weekend or busy weekend myself. You know what I mean? I went Friday. It's a strain. He's not going on the IR, which is good.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Friday I was at the Sixers-Lakers game. Saturday I went to Army-Navy. And then yesterday,
how did that?
Yeah, I didn't
fare out there.
Score on that one.
I didn't stay to the end, so I'm not exactly sure what occurred.
Okay, I think Army won. I think.
pretty sure they did.
That's just what I heard. That's just what I heard.
Pretty sure.
Any news on Lane? So I watched him walk off the field. He didn't look like he was bad. So I don't know that. Like he may not have. He may have just needed to ice up and stuff, and that they were already up by so much. So I don't know that there's any issue.
Your friend did bring up a good point. I mean, would you sit your starters on the last regular season game?
Well, that's the hard part with what I was just saying. So
right.
Yeah, Lane. That's what I thought. Lane, I watched Lane walk off the field. He was not smiling. Yeah, he walked off the field very early. But yeah, thanks, Joe or Jay. Same situation there. So it's that like he was smiling as he was walking off, but he walked off fine. So I kind of imagine that he'll be just fine for the game on Sunday.
So for me, since Sunday before last, it was kind of a busy week for me. Since it felt like a bleak stretch. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're still talking about Lane Johnson there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had some friends come in that I grew up with. I started flying in on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Is this the Sandlot football team that you made up?
Yeah, I didn't make up.
Well, no. You put together a Sandlot footbot team.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you made it up. Like I pulled it out of thin air and I'm making up a story.
Those guys are near and dear to my heart, so I will defend them to the end. And I'll say this, and I'm not going to say any names, but they know who they are. You know how you have that one friend that always talk mess but never shows up? Yeah, I had that one, and I'm still waiting on a return phone call. But I'll tell you this: we put together a team, kind of like a ragtag group of guys, right? Some young guys, some old guys, and a lot in between. My son played. We had a couple of father-son duos on the team, and I'll say this: we made it to the semifinals, and for not playing together, I'll take that. Now, would I like to win the whole damn thing? You damn right, but you got to look at it in a different perspective.
Tell me more than 4 teams,
huh?
Please tell me there were more than 4 teams.
I will say this: we played in the semifinals. That's all I'm going to say.
So we made it to the final 4. There was only 4, but we made it there.
There's only 3 teams, but we made it to the final. No. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not a negative person, but I'll just say that, yeah, we got another one coming up in January. So hopefully.
So I'll wait to get my call. I'll wait to get. I'll be busy in the playoffs. You guys may not be.
You don't know. I mean, you might.
Man.
Well, you'll be prepping, but
but I tell you, if you want a cover, if you want a safety that still knows how to converge on the ball, you may want to give me a holler.
I might take you on that. My speed. I can't
do man-to-man coverage anymore because they'll blow right past me. But I can play the field and definitely follow the ball, follow the eyes, and follow the ball.
I will say we do have a pretty solid center safety. Homeboy got 2 picks, 2 highly contested picks during this tournament this weekend, and it's really cool because there's a lot of these people that I work with, right? And it's really cool to see them outside of their element, and see that competitive nature in them. So. But anyway,
and you know what? While we're talking about this, because I brought this up 3 times in conversation in the last week because I was at the hockey game, so we didn't get to do it on a Wednesday. But we are going to have the World Series of the NFL in Kansas City.
Okay.
That is going to happen. So if you are a super fan of any team and you are interested, contact me. The World Series of the NFL. If you don't know what that is, check out the World Series of Poker and start learning how to play Texas Hold'em. And because it's happening in Kansas City, I've got a little ace up my sleeve. Funny, where it won't be just the NFL. We may have a celebrity also from the hometown join us.
Cool.
So I'm working on things. I am definitely working on things, but I wanted to throw that out there because I was talking about it all week long.
It's funny. I was already bugging, kind of putting in the Giants' ear, like whoever I could talk to on the sidelines of the Dallas Cowboy Giants game about the draft. And they're like, can we wait until the season's over? I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay, no problem. Yeah, we can do that if you want to. Only if you want to. But April. And someone said, I'm not familiar with Kansas City, but they said it's going to be in the Union Park area, possibly.
That's what I've heard.
You heard that too? Okay. Then I might need to do some research on that. Oh, man.
Philly's. Oh,
wow.
I thought Philly was.
I'm sorry. I wound up getting an email that I'm actually going to share here real quickly, just because life always trumps sports. And I got an email today, or just a few minutes ago, about a possible. It was a social media threat put on at our local middle school where my kids attend, And
wow.
so and that they have identified and was able to get this all worked out, and that everything's is okay, and I'm getting asked by their mother if we should send the kids to school tomorrow. So I'm a firm believer that we should send the kids to school tomorrow. That you cannot live in fear, and weirdo things are going to be happening all the time, and it's one of these things where I'm going to start actually addressing some of this as part of my I've started to become fairly known within the school district that these kids are following me, and these are the types of situations, real life situations, that have to be addressed. So it just kind of caught me off guard, where it's like, what am I reading right now? So
I live here. I live in Texas, and of course, I now have just Nick in high school, and we get the same emails. Okay, and the way they address it here is it's almost like two tiers. Okay, they inform the parents, they allow the kid, they give the information to the parents, and then they give the parents the option of, hey, if you're concerned, it won't be
pick them up.
Or it won't be an unexcused absence. However, if the situation is of severity, they just shut the school down for a couple days. So I don't know how it is in Philadelphia, but I do like the fact that they give, at sometimes, depending on the severity of the threat, notice, to where the parents could either, because some parents, they don't have childcare at home. They can't. They got to send their kid to school, regardless. So that's why a few kids get perfect attendance. It's not because they want to go to school every day. It's because their mom or dad, that's a single parent, for whatever reason, they got to go to, they have to go to school. So
Right.
I just love the fact that, at times you do have options. So.
Right. And
because
like I said, it's one of those things where I will not cower to bullying of any type.
No, and it's not that though. But I'm the same way.
This is a very real. This is a very threats are very real.
Right. I mean, they're all real. But what I'm saying is, if the school is giving you an option, they're saying that it's pretty much taken care of. Your child is safe. Okay. However, but if they say, because there was times where our school was canceled because of the severity of the threat.
Right, and they can't if they can't find it, and they can't start to localize it. They have a duty to be able to make sure all the children are safe.
Yeah,
and that is.
So real quick, we got 12 minutes. So I do want to bring this up, and I think it's something that we should talk about. And it is the Jerry Jones photo. Okay. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I'll let you
not all at once,
Brian, first. If you have a thought.
I'd rather not comment on it. I mean, I don't comment on stuff like that just because of the charity and everything. So I keep my opinions to myself.
I'll be 100% honest, and I'm not going to delve into it much more. Although I know you probably have a much more stronger take on it, Sneaky, than I do. When you see the picture, it kind of looks like he's like, "What's going on?" You know what I mean? Like there's commotion going over here. What's going on? And how hard did somebody scour to find that picture?
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? It's so ridiculous. You know what I mean? He has not proven. He's been in the limelight for a really long time now.
Right.
And he's never had any type of situation occur when that is almost the epitome of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And now somebody found the picture.
Well, and there's more to the story. He was actually told not to be there. I don't know why he was there. Okay. I don't know. His statement was, it was a curious child at the time. But the only thing that I want to bring this up is I am a little surprised of the lack of media play when you look at other athletes, the Kyries, the one Cooper, the Philadelphia wide receiver, I think his name was his name Cooper or something?
Yes.
Okay. And
That
other
was his last name. That was his last name.
it's like right. Other instance of
So Cooper
some kind of
got
racial,
really he got fairly ostracized from the team, and he didn't get his contract renewed after that.
right.
So and
Right.
that was
Well, and also, I mean, just the Coach Gruden and all. I mean, just everything. From every situation. Of course, we could talk about NBA with owners, being, of course, ostracized. And it's case by case scenario. And I'll make it quick. Only thing that I have to say about that whole situation is, and I'm not saying Jerry Jones has to apologize. However, he does have to make some kind of statement and maybe demonstrate what he's learned or changed from that 14-year-old boy. I don't know. Just something, because we got to keep him in the same standard as we do everybody else. And we can't make him, which I believe now, I mean, if nothing's done and they're just turning the page, because I mean, I still haven't heard too much of the media bringing up that, he has to be held accountable. And that's all I'm saying. Just accountable.
Were you a smoker ever?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the Army. Yeah, of course.
So you were a smoker. Do you remember in the year 1998, we were still smoking in hospitals?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we were.
Okay.
2000, buddy just had a baby. The baby was in the room. We opened the window of the hospital and were smoking outside. And we came in and got our hands smacked because we shouldn't have been doing that.
Right.
Now, somebody takes a picture of that and says, hey, man, this guy was smoking in a hospital. And it was 22 years ago, but he was smoking in the hospital. And he should be ostracized from that because he obviously does not care about anybody's health.
Okay.
It sounds ridiculous. Now, we're talking about a much different time.
And a much different situation, too.
You are correct. He wasn't in the melee. We
don't know why he was there. We don't know.
Right, but
we
so
do
now
know,
you have to assume. Now, I also understand why you're bringing this up more, because I am on the same page with you when it comes to the whole Kyrie thing.
Yes.
What is the media doing? You know what? The media likes to bap, and for no reason. The truth of the matter is that these guys get paid.
They're not putting that same energy towards this situation. And I mean, that's my own question. And there were players that were punished by Goodell for, racial slurs, epithets, whatever. All I'm saying is we just got to keep the same standard. It doesn't matter who or what we are. We all have to be under the same standard. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and I agree with you on that. However, I feel that, again, a picture.
And I'm not trying to be like cancel culture. No.
Yeah,
I mean, I have my heartburn with that.
A picture doesn't dictate, thought or speech or anything. That picture, just the fact that he's there is what brought it up. And like I said, it was literally 60 years ago.
Well, regardless, he was told not to be there. He was told by his football coach, you don't need to be there. So he was already warned. Again, we don't know. And I'm not going to assume, but am I surprised? No, because him and my dad are they would have been about the same age. And it was two different worlds back then for those two different gentlemen.
Right.
So,
and it shows, the difference.
how far the country has came from that time, but we still got a lot. We still got a lot.
I do not disagree with you. I feel that, but I feel that we always hindering on the bad doesn't ever make it a positive thing. And that's the issue. It's always the negative. It's never any positive. We don't ever discuss the positives because the positive doesn't make news. And that's the problem.
Right.
And that's the problem.
And the problem with the time back then, there was nothing positive. But again, it's just the whole accountability. That's all. That's what I want to preach. That's what I want to make a statement. I want everybody to realize.
He didn't deny it, and they let it, and it was let die because, I mean, again, it's all hearsay at that point.
Right.
So it's like there's no way of being able to tell. It's not like this picture was taken 20 minutes ago and we can get to the bottom of it. We are stuck with having to have anybody who was around 62 years ago when that picture was taken and having what they think was the case. It all becomes hearsay. So I think that's the reason why it was brought to die. There again, my full thought process on this, and I'll end it with this, is that these athletes get paid a lot of money to play a sport. The moment that I even care, I don't care anything about what they say, what their thoughts are, because they are paid to play a sport. They're not paid to politic. They're not paid to set what social agenda in any matter. If somebody decides to follow them and believe what they got to say, well, then that's on that person, and that person's morals standard has to be brought into question. But these guys are all paid to play a sport. And until they start actually getting paid to make social policy, I don't care what they say or how they say it. And the media just accentuating it is the problem.
Yep.
And they're not, and that's not going to change either.
Nope.
That's the unfortunate part.
So that all being said, you guys got a big game this week. Who's winning?
Giants. What?
It's going to be a close one, but I think.
When was the last time the Giants won a game?
When did we win a game? Oh, was it Houston? I think it was Houston.
Was it 5 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago?
5 weeks ago. Are we on a 3-game? Yeah, we didn't win Thanksgiving.
Not on a 3-game losing streak, but you're on a 3-game non-winning streak.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not worried about I'm worried about the next one. That's what I want. So I'll say Giants 27-23.
I say it's going to be Commanders 17-16.
Yeah. Close game.
It's going to be a close game. Always is.
I have it being much higher scores. I think this is going to be like a weirdo shootout, where like 27, 25, 24, 27, 24, 27, 25, or 27, 27, and you guys end with 2 ties.
Another tie.
Oh my God.
Oh.
That would be awesome if you guys did. That would be hysterical. I'd laugh out loud.
That would suck.
That would suck.
That would
probably the first time in NFL history.
2 ties. No, it wouldn't be the first time. There has been teams that have had 2 ties.
No, I'm saying the same team
from
tied.
the same team tied.
Team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that may be
back to back. In the Commanders.
Oh God.
So, but and the Eagles beat Chicago handily. I think that we score 30-some points. They may score some points. I think Chicago will actually put points on the board. And I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to keep my head warm.
It's in Chicago, right?
It is in Chicago.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 35. I think it's going to be 35-29, 35-31, something like that. We're going to win that game, but it's going to be closer than it needs to be because it's going to be so high scoring. And it's going to be cold. So I'm going to make sure to wear it warm. But if anybody has any ideas on how I can keep my head warm with a mohawk, please let me know.
You got to put some insulation in the mohawk.
I ain't going to help. That ain't going to help me because it's the sides of my head that's going to be the problem.
I know. I'm teasing.
But
let's see. I'll say.
I get it.
I don't know. I know you guys are gonna win. It don't matter what score I say. We need this one. We need to beat y'all. I'm sorry, Porkline. I'm just sick and tired of.
Hey.
Oh my god, you guys are on the come up and we're on the come down. Is that even a word?
I don't know, but it's kind of funny because
I would say the decline. Who's the Cowboys got this week?
Who do they got?
Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Who do they have this week?
Nick Hat.
Dallas has. They are playing the Jags.
Oh, okay. Okay.
At the Jaguars.
Yeah,
I'm taking Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean
52-0.
Hey, the Jaguars are on a little bit of a hot streak right now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, the way Houston played Dallas last week, and I know they always play each other tough because it's interstate game, whatever. But if Cowboys show up to the way they did against Houston, Jacksonville is going to take this game.
I would agree with that. I think that they're going to really have to make sure it's all together there. But, well, I would say good luck to both of you guys. At least come away with a winner this time. All right.
Yeah, I don't
play to win the game, not play to tie.
Well, I don't ever play to tie. I mean, it's. Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, it's good to see your faces.
Yeah, you too.
How about we do this again next week?
Hey, Mondays now. Mondays is going to be the day.
Yes.
Mondays is going to be the day. So from here on out, we're going to finish it off on Monday since there's no more Monday night footballs for us.
Yeah.
So that being said, everybody have a great time. And as always, from the best NFL team in the league,
Giants.
Let's go Birds. Yeah.
Beat G-Man.